Hulk won't be seen tonight, so we can bring you a very special episode of The Gen X Files. Welcome to The Gen X Files. I'm Jim.
I'm Adam.
And today's show is all about April Fool's Day. Oh, gotcha.
Just kidding. It's April Fool's Day.
The amount
Jim,
of...
I'm pregnant.
What?
April Fool's Day.
Oh, my God. Is it mine?
Sorry. You were saying.
Oh, shoo.
Ooh, yeah, thank God it's April 1st.
Yeah. Oh, is it? No.
Yeah, no, it's not. But
Wait, this is October, right?
I know. We're doing this completely out of order.
My dementia. Man, these kids must have had a lot of money to spend on prosthetics.
Yeah. They all went to Vassar.
Yeah.
They're all a bunch of rich kids. They admit it during the movie. They're all a bunch of rich kids that, don't really have any challenges in their life.
Yeah, well, it shows because they're all sociopaths, especially Muffy/Buffy. You deserve to have an evil child if you name your twins Muffy and Buffy. That's,
Well, yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert, there is technically no Buffy. It's just Muffy.
Okay, this movie, I loved this movie as a kid, and it goes along with our horror comedies.
Yeah.
This movie was done dirty, in my opinion. It was a very funny, unique film within the horror oeuvre.
Yeah.
There wasn't really anything like this before.
No.
No. Student Bodies was a spoof. It wasn't a comedy, really.
You straight up knew it was a comedy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was Airplane. It was Mad Magazine. There was no
exactly.
way you were going to...
This isn't a real horror movie? What?
Well, the stick was pretty scary, and said bookends.
Oh, Malvert.
But this movie was very clever dialogue. It's really funny. Over the course of the year, we have watched movies that we haven't seen in a while, and some of them get better, and some of them get worse. Now, I'm finding with these horror movies, or these horror comedies, or these horror genre movies, that it's kind of the opposite of like a Ghostbusters or whatever. And not that they're bad movies, but horror movies have changed so much.
Yeah.
In the last 15 years,
Yeah.
Become very serious, have become very fast-paced, have become very,
They seem like they have more social commentary, or
Right.
they're more seriously,
They're not just goofs anymore.
Yeah, they're metaphors for things that are going on. Yeah.
There's a lot of really interesting directors that are cutting their teeth in horror and staying there.
Yeah,
It's not like a stepping stone anymore. It's a destination.
It's coming into its own.
Right. Now, I think this movie has a little pacing problem.
It is definitely slow.
But that's not necessarily bad. I'm learning to love slower-paced movies again.
Yeah, I didn't feel like this drug at all. It just was slower paced.
It doesn't need quick cuts. It doesn't need a lot of stuff going on all the time.
Yeah.
It builds and it builds, and it has its MacGuffins, and it has its, false killers, and it's false this, and, it takes you in a lot of different directions, and it's pretty fun, man. And the people are good. They're game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The cast is really good. It's really interesting.
Yeah. And unfortunately, because there hadn't been anything like this, they just didn't know how to market it. And it sucks because this movie deserved a bigger place in horror history than it has. And I think a lot of people have forgotten this movie.
Agreed. I like probably most people that saw this movie watched it when it was on TV, and it was on TV a lot.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I loved the twist ending. I loved the fact that someone would take the time to set all this up for their friends. Well, I realize now, older, that I would literally hate everyone on the island.
I hate pranks. I hate them.
I don't hate pranks, but being in the middle of all that crap, ugh.
Look, I used to prank a lot. We were prankers.
Yeah.
That's what you do when you're young. You F with each other.
Right.
Because you can't tell people how you really feel. So you have to show them through cruelty and...
Yeah.
And, So, yeah, I played a lot of pranks, but... This is not a prank. This is torture.
No.
This is
in the fact that when Muffy is like explaining everything, and she's like, "I made some of the pranks personal. Some of them went a little too far," and it was like, "Yeah. You literally, she had an abortion.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
What do you think is going to happen with the crying baby?
She probably told you that in confidence."
Yeah, look, I mean, they're the two, Rob and Kit.
Yeah,
they're
the
scarred
two
for life.
last girls. Yeah,
The movie should have ended with them just straight up murdering everybody.
Yeah,
that's laughing because they just lost their minds.
Well, that's it, and we'll talk about this later. But there was a third act that was essentially completely excised from the movie.
Oh, really?
That was them essentially getting revenge on Muffy by doing essentially what she did, but in a much more truncated, shorted way.
Okay.
Of like they're all supposed to be gone,
Yeah.
and then suddenly like someone comes out of the closet and they're all there, and they like pretend to murder her.
Well, this is what rich sociopaths do.
Yeah,
is they set up an entire weekend to convince their closest, dearest friends that people are dying and being murdered and that they're about to be murdered.
Yeah, that you will come to an island and be murdered.
Neat.
Yeah. And really, honestly, I love the explanation of the, like, essentially she's setting up, like, murder mystery dinner, like, Airbnb, but, like, or bed and breakfast. But, like, at the end of the day, I don't see how that's going to be feasible unless you literally have people that are planning it with... It just seems very thin.
Well, I think they even mentioned that, we didn't know it was going to happen. I mean, because the people who are, the people that are booking a scary Airbnb know what they're in for.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, it doesn't... Like, how is that going to be... I mean, sure, it'll be great. Everybody knows they're playing, but then nobody's going to be really scared. Nobody's going to be freaked out. Not like her friends were, who had no idea that it was going on.
Well, I think it was mostly to test out the prosthetics and test out the spooks and the this and the that.
Yeah. I mean, it worked. I mean, she had proof of concept. It worked.
Nobody signed any waivers, so they could all sue her. That's what I would do.
Apparently, she was getting a pretty sizable inheritance. I would sue the pants off of her.
You'll be hearing from my lawyer, Buffy, or Muffy, whichever one you are at this time.
Which, for some reason, Muffy just sounds so much worse than Buffy.
Muffy and Buffy, it's so crazy how Muffy and Buffy became like the prototypical,
snooty rich person.
Yeah, like the yuppie,
the wasp.
Yeah,
They're the epitome of the wasp.
And what was the guy? It was Buffy and Jody. No, that
Which
was
one? The cousin / brother.
Well, no, I just mean in general. Like, what was the guy version of Muffy?
Like Reginald or
Reginald Val Johnson?
Yeah, Reginald Val Johnson. Yes, the epitome of a wasp stereotype.
Look, I hated.
Don't know,
when I was a kid, I had a bug up my ass for preppies. Like, I hated preppies.
Yeah.
And I was about to go,
as you should have.
Well, I was about to go to a full-on preppy school. I was in my Lutheran middle school.
Yeah.
All of my good friends were going to the public school, and my mom was shipping me off to the Bishop School for Boys and Girls, one of the snootiest La Jolla private schools.
Ooh,
and I was so angry about that, and I just used to draw these cartoons degrading preppies and Izod, and my pen was my sword. I used to draw cartoons all the time degrading people. Yeah.
Is it like you were doing your own Mad magazine?
Pretty much, yeah. I told you about all the cartoons I made of Mr. Bell.
Oh, yeah.
My catechism teacher, Mr. Bowl, as I called him, because he had a bowl cut. Scathing. But yeah, man, I could not stand preppies, like Muffies and Buffies and Bufords, I don't know.
Buford.
I'm trying to think. There was a guy name that was like, anyway.
Yeah.
But Biff.
Derek.
Derek. I don't know. I was almost Dirk. You know that?
Dirk?
My mom, I was almost Dirk Lightfoot.
I'm pretty sure we've talked about this before, and I'm going to say the exact same thing. I don't think I'd be friends with you.
I don't think I would be friends with me either. Dirk Lightfoot, I'd have to be like a PI or something.
You would be the star of your own show. Dirk Lightfoot Mysteries.
The Dirk Lightfoot Mysteries.
I was supposed to be named, or not supposed to be, but I was suggested Wolfgang. So
I know.
Dirk and Wolfgang would be an amazing podcast.
We'd have so many more listeners if it was the Gen X Files with Dirk and Wolfgang. Dirk and Wolfie. Anyway, speed bumps. I I really enjoyed this movie as a kid. There was a lot of people in the cast that I really liked.
Yeah,
I loved Deborah
yeah.
Foreman from Valley Girl and the little things that she showed up on. Wasn't she also in Real Genius?
Yes.
Wasn't she the daughter?
No, she was the
girlfriend?
daughter. She was the one. Well, she was dating the bad guy. She's the one that talks about pounding a nail through the wall with his penis.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's her. Yeah, yeah. I haven't seen Real Genius in a while, so I just remember there being lots of popcorn.
I really liked her. Yeah. That's the ending.
Thank you
They
for listening.
fill the house with popcorn.
Yeah, it's a great movie. I love it. I love it.
A great movie. I really liked her. I really liked Clayton Rohner.
Yeah, he is interesting. He's an interesting actor.
He had a moment, and it's
Yeah.
it's his forehead and his hairline that stopped him from being such a big star.
Yeah.
But he definitely had like a Johnny Depp vibe, or that kind of
Yeah, yeah.
he's kind of cool. He was also in just one of the guys. He did the line that we
Yeah,
quote over
yeah.
and over again. And I'm Cyndi Lauper.
Yeah.
The Lauper
Cyndi
man.
Lauper.
But he was in some fun stuff. He was like the cool sunglass guy, you know.
yeah.
He was the low budge Johnny Depp. These were all kind of the off-brand.
Yeah,
Stars.
All of them, it's like they were almost quite superstars.
Right.
Like they were just slightly off.
Thomas F. Wilson, probably the biggest star of them all because of Back to the Future
Yeah,
trilogy. You know, you had Ken Olant, who was in Summer School and a
Right.
couple other things.
Right.
You know, and of course Griffin O'Neal from the O'Neal family of
yeah.
actors. Tatum,
Yeah,
his sister, and
We'll get into the cast. Yeah.
anyway, what I'm saying is I liked a lot of these kids. I knew them from stuff before, and it was fun to see them all together, having a good time, and also playing stuff that they normally didn't do. Deborah Foreman has some fun moments.
Yeah.
Because you're watching the movie kind of like her friends being like, what's going on with you, Muffy? Why are you dressed like Wednesday Addams all of a sudden? And
What happened to your hair?
what happened to your personality?
Yeah. It is. I did not realize. I hadn't seen this movie in a long time.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how night and day it was.
Oh, yeah.
When she became Buffy.
Oh
essentially.
yeah. Well, and it was fun, you know. And at the end with Ken Olant and Amy Steele as Kit, their reactions. It was horrifying. Like him screaming when the guy shows up with the face, and he can't stop screaming, and the guy's like, puts the thing on his face, and he's still screaming. I'd just be like, dude, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry.
He lost his mind.
Yes.
Like that was the moment he broke.
Well, he's trapped in a closet thinking that the woman that he loves is being murdered.
Yeah.
And then the guy who was the impetus for all this, whose face was mangled,
Right.
pops up in the thing. You would lose your shit too.
Yeah. No, it would be bad.
There was nothing funny about this. Nothing. Not one thing that was funny about this.
No. And really, honestly, yes, they all should have sued her. They all should have just been like, this is horrible.
Especially Kit and Rob.
Yeah, it's like, cut us in on profits.
Yeah.
Because this is... I want to see a sequel where Rob ends up setting up houses to do this, like, fake murder mystery, but then actually murders everyone.
Right. Or he shows up at this one and starts murdering everybody. I'm going to ruin you. That would have been a good sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, this was this is a cult classic, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally.
Another forgotten Gen X gem that we grew up with, watching over and over again, and it was a lot of fun, and really bucked the conventions of the horror movie, and made something that was really fun and original. And they tried to replicate the success a few times. I mean, Broken Lizard tried it with Club Dread.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's been a few other kind of twisty horror comedies like this, but I don't think anybody's ever hit it like this.
No, agreed.
And it was a successful movie. Watching it again, I enjoyed it. I'm getting used to older pacing again.
Yeah.
Which I want to, because slow pace does not mean bad. It just means that our attention spans have gone to shit.
It's really us. It's not them, it's us.
Yeah, exactly. But it's a really great. But let's just get into it.
All right, let's do it. Take yourself back to 1986.
Ooh.
March 8th, the Japanese Suisui probe flies by Halley's Comet, studying its UV hydrogen corona and solar wind. so that they know more about comets.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the hail bop comes and big
Yeah.
old cult puts on tennis shoes and kills himself. San Diego.
Actually, when this is going to be broadcast, the 3-1 or the 3I Atlas is going to be the closest I think it's going to be to the Earth.
Nice. You got to put on the tennies. Get
Yeah.
ready for the spaceship.
It's not. It's. I mean, the closest it's coming is still like 1 billion miles away.
Close enough.
But yeah.
They're going to get me.
Unfortunately, it's mostly passing on the other side of the sun, so it's not going to be totally visible. But it's weird. Anyway, I've been going down weird 3I Atlas rabbit holes.
Three-eyed Atlas rabbit holes.
Yeah. March 9th, United States Navy divers find the largely intact but heavily damaged crew compartment of the Space Shuttle Challenger. The bodies of all 7 astronauts are still inside.
Good Lord. What a nightmare. What a nightmare discovery. What a horrible job to have to recover that. And I can't believe it was just one day after this awesome solar wind thing happened.
After the Halley's comet, yeah. Yeah, it was disappointing. They're pretty sure that all of them were still alive when it hit the water.
When they hit the water?
Yep.
I thought they died on... no?
Nope,
They
they're
didn't...
pretty sure they were all still alive when they hit the water. Yep.
Well, that was a quick end. I mean, it's not like
I mean, yeah. It just sucks. The whole thing was just awful.
I don't like to think about what happened inside of that compartment.
It was not good.
No!
I am sure they were professionals. They were probably trying, because I'm sure they didn't realize how extensive the damage was, and they were trying to figure out how to, and who knows. Anyway, it was, things I don't like to think about.
No. I just want to think that they were all knocked out during
Yeah.
the initial explosion. And
I mean, they might have been unconscious, but they are pretty certain that most of them died because of the impact. Yeah.
horrifying.
Yeah.
Neat! Way to go! April Fools!
Yeah. Just kidding. They all survived.
Oh, if only.
Yeah. March 13th, Microsoft Corporation holds its initial public offering of stock shares.
And it went nowhere.
Yeah, stupid Microsoft. March 27th, April Fool's Day is released in theaters.
March 19th was my birthday.
Yep.
It was a busy March.
It was. And they released it just in time for it to... before April Fool's Day. So that way it wouldn't release after and be not relevant.
Right. Yeah, well, we all went on April Fool's Day.
Yeah, well, you should have. I mean, that would have been the best time to go.
April Fool's Day was such a bigger deal back then, too.
Yeah.
Like, my mom and I used to April Fool's the F out of each
Oh,
other.
really?
Man. Oh, yeah. Like, really, really,
Yeah,
very intricate and well thought out April Fool's jokes. Like, April Fool's was a big effing deal. Like, we April Fooled everybody. It wasn't, you did some thinking on end of March.
How to plan out something really intricate.
Well, at least something that was clever and fun and probably cruel. But
So you guys muffied it. That's what you're saying.
yes. I convinced my mother my sister was dead and that it was her fault. Oh,
Wow.
man, that one was
Wow.
funny. No.
Your mom was like, "Your dad's still alive. He just doesn't like you."
He doesn't love you, is what he said.
Sorry, misquote.
Well, there's a big difference. That was a tough one.
Yeah.
But no, it just nobody really gives a shit about April Fools anymore.
Well, I mean, essentially in our modern world, it's pretty much April Fool's Day every day because no one can believe anything that's going on at any time.
way to bring sweet, sweet reality into our...
Yay, misinformation! Woo!
Let's go back to the 80s where it was fun.
We could all just hate on Reagan together.
Yeah.
So April Fool's Day starts with Danilo Bach.
Okay.
Danilo Bach doesn't have a lot of credits to his name, but from interviews that I've read, he made a living rewriting scripts that he didn't get credit for and having original scripts optioned.
Okay.
There is a small section of people in Hollywood, writers mostly, that could make a living with you having no idea who they are.
Oh, yeah. Well, script doctoring is one of the most lucrative.
Not even just that, but if you get a few options, I mean, you could theoretically be making 6 figures, and literally no one would it would never get made.
Well, yeah.
It's crazy. I know. I'm telling them. I'm not telling you.
I'm just saying that's the dream, baby.
It would be nice.
Yeah.
It would be nice.
All money, no fame. It's the best.
In fact, April Fool's Day is the only feature screenplay that Bach ever had made. He did have 2 TV movies produced, Escape Clause in 1996, starring Andrew McCarthy, Paul Sorvino, and Connie Britton, that aired on Showtime.
Is it about Santa Claus?
No. That was later. That was the one with Tim Allen.
Was there an escape clause?
No, that was called the Santa Claus, but yeah. And then 14 Hours in 2005, starring Jo Beth Williams, Chris Christopherson, and Ricky Schroeder, that aired on TNT.
Is that about Santa Claus?
Yeah. He had 14 hours to get all the deliveries done.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, but just saying is that he had something produced in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s, meaning that he was working. It's not like just suddenly they found a script called 14 Hours and were like, oh, who's this?
Right.
Like the guy was very intimately involved in Hollywood.
Yeah.
We just have no idea who he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bach's real claim to fame is that in the late 70s, Paramount executive Don Simpson asked him to write a screenplay about an East LA cop that transfers to Beverly Hills, which would eventually become Beverly Hills Cop.
Ooh.
What Bach pitched to Simpson was a straight-up action movie, which Bach rewrote a number of times from notes from Simpson, but eventually languished in development hell. Daniel Petrie Jr. would eventually be brought in to rewrite the movie, and it became the action comedy that we all know and love today.
Yeah, well, didn't he come in and rewrite it specifically for Eddie Murphy?
Yes. I want to say yes.
Because they needed to make it less...
I don't think it was specifically for Eddie Murphy, but I think he actually came in with the idea of making it more of an action comedy.
Right.
And then I think they went out for casting.
From what I thought it was like originally Stallone was attached, decided not to do, or was loosely attached, decided not to do it, and then made Cobra.
I think it came down to, I think the script that Bach wrote was more for Stallone.
Yeah.
I don't think it was necessarily for him.
Right.
But he was attached to it, much like I don't think that the Daniel Petrie Jr. necessarily wrote it for Eddie Murphy. I think when Eddie Murphy came in, I think he gave his own notes.
Oh, yeah. Well, he did a lot of
them rewrite stuff.
improvising, and they stuck a lot of his comedy in there.
Yeah, and I'm sure that they rejiggered it so that way it was more for him. Bach would still get a story by credit for Beverly Hills Cop and a nomination for Best Original Screenplay at the Oscars, as well as a Characters Created by credit on all 3 sequels.
Nice. I did not know that it was nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah. I don't remember who it lost to that year. It was 84, so I should have looked that up. But
it was Amadeus. I don't know.
It actually might have been, That might have been the year of Amadeus. Because F. Murray Abraham.
F him.
But the amazing, this is another thing too. The amazing thing is because he's getting characters created by, he gets money for every single, he gets royalties for all those movies. He gets all that stuff, just for characters that literally he did not write any of the dialogue for, nor any of the sequences.
No, the last one was good.
Axel F was so good.
Yeah,
it was so good.
Made up for the horror show that was number 3.
God, the third one is awful.
I told the story before. I theater jumped into that movie for free.
Yeah.
And walked out. I walked out of a free movie.
You went and demanded your money back?
Yes, I went and paid for it, and then demanded my money back.
You just came out and said, you need to pay me money because this is so bad.
Yes, sir.
Frank Mancuso Jr. took a liking to the script, and through his father, Frank Mancuso Sr., the chairman and CEO of Paramount, got the movie greenlit.
Yeah, Frank Mancuso Jr. and Sr.
It must be easy when your father is the head of Paramount.
Yeah. Daddy, I want to make a movie.
I mean, now granted, Mancuso Jr. had worked on Friday the 13th Part 2 as an associate producer, then produced Friday the 13th Part 3, Friday the 13th The Final Chapter, and Friday the 13th A New Beginning. All of them made money, so it wasn't too much of a gamble for his father to greenlight April Fool's Day.
Sure.
But it was a Nepo movie.
It's a Nepo baby, man.
Yeah. Mancuso Jr. would later go on to create and write Friday the 13th, the series, in 1987. Write and create the War of the Worlds series that started in 1990, that aired for 2 seasons.
War of the Worlds? I don't remember that.
He produced Cool World in 1992, which he extensively rewrote.
Yeah, he ruined it.
It might have been bad before. And Species in 1995, among many others.
Species is a good movie.
Species, it was good. Species 2 was bad.
Yeah, but Species 1 was good.
Yeah. Mancuso Jr. hired Fred Walton to direct April Fool's Day.
Yep, from the Waltons.
Yeah, the old Walton family. Yeah.
He was the middle child.
Walton made a short film called The Sitter, based on the Babysitter with the Man Upstairs urban legend in 1977.
What's that?
Where there's phone calls coming in.
Oh, the call's coming from inside the house.
Yeah.
Is that the one?
That's literally it. Yeah.
They've made that movie literally 87 times.
Well, he was the first one.
Really?
Yeah. The Sitter had a 1-week theatrical run in Westwood, running before Looking for Mr. Goodbar, trying to get nominated for Best Live-Action Short Film at the Oscars. 2 executive producers happened to see the short film in the theater, and when they were seeing Looking for Mr. Goodbar, they were so impressed that The Sitter was expanded out to a feature film When a Stranger Calls, released in 1979, starring Charles Durning, Carol Kane, Colleen Dewhurst, and Tony Beckley.
Oh, yeah. I think Carol Kane, wasn't she the babysitter?
I think so, yeah, because she was super young.
Get out of the house.
Yeah.
What? Get out of the house. The calls are coming from inside the house. They're coming from inside the house.
Yeah, I don't remember. I know I've seen When a Stranger Calls. I don't remember any of it.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, I mean, yes. Everyone knew that, but apparently the opening is essentially the short film. Like the first 20 minutes is the short film.
Yeah.
Just changed a little bit. And people say that When a Stranger Calls, the opening is the greatest piece of horror that people have ever made.
Well, it's the urban myth where a lot of times when we went camping, we would tell this story at the campfire, which is there's a babysitter and she's sitting there watching TV. She's put the kids to bed and there's a phone call and the guy says, "Have you checked the children?" And she hangs up and she's like, "Whatever, blah, blah, blah. Have you checked the children? Blah, blah, blah." And then she calls the cops and like, "Oh, we're getting calls, blah, blah, blah. Have you checked the children?" And then they say, "Oh, the calls are coming from inside the house." And then she goes and checks the children. The children are dead.
Right.
And the murderer is there and he gets her.
He's hiding in the attic. Yeah.
It's a truncated version. You usually tried to, tease it out for about 25 minutes if you're by the campfire.
Yeah, and also, not to spoil anything, but that's essentially Black Christmas. I mean, that's the same thing that happens. The killer is hiding out in the attic.
And The Sitter with Jonah Hill is it's basically the same.
Yeah, I mean, except it's Jonah Hill up in the attic.
Sitting on the kids.
He lost a ton of weight because he hadn't eaten anything in a while.
Except for the children. He ate the children.
He ate the children, yeah. The Sitter. I totally forgot that movie existed.
So did everybody.
So When a Stranger Calls would make over $25 million from a $1.5 million budget.
It was a really fun movie. I really enjoyed that movie.
Walton's next film was Hadley's Rebellion in 1983, starring Griffin O'Neal, William Devane, Charles Durning, and Adam Baldwin.
Yeah.
It's about a small-town youngster's passion for wrestling that is not matched by those around him at a California prep school.
That's always the way. They don't have the same matching of passions for wrestling in California.
Nobody wants to wrestle.
Come on, wrestle me. Come on, wrestle. I got a passion. Wrestle me. We just don't feel your passion, son.
I will do it, but I feel passionless while I do it.
I need passion in my wrestling.
Yeah. Walton would only direct one more feature after April Fool's Day, The Rosary Murders in 1987, starring Donald Sutherland and Charles Durning.
I remember enjoying that movie. I know it's about, I think, a priest.
I think Donald Sutherland plays a priest and Durning is a cop.
Yeah.
Or the bad guy. I don't remember.
Well, no, I think you're right. And I think that they team up to find this guy that's murdering nuns or murdering religiosos.
It seemed like it had pretty good reviews. Like, it did okay.
Yeah.
But he didn't direct a feature film after that. He would work in TV and direct some TV movies, but retired from the business in 1996.
Hey, man, not everybody has a career that lasts forever.
Yeah. So Thomas F. Wilson was cast as Arch Cummings.
Oh, the biggest star in the entire movie.
It took me so long to figure out that the opening credits were done alphabetically. I was like, why wasn't Thomas F. Wilson the first person on the screen?
The funniest joke of yesterday wasn't even in the movie. It was you when you told me what Thomas's middle name was.
Oh my God, I don't remember.
Thomas Flip Wilson.
Oh, Flip. That's right. Thomas Flip Wilson. Yeah. Flip.
The devil made me do it. That was Thomas Flip Wilson.
Thomas Flip Wilson.
He would wear a dress and...
Wilson is potentially the most famous person to come out of April Fool's Day, the April Fool's Day cast, because of Back to the Future.
Yep.
In 1981, Wilson moved to Los Angeles to pursue his acting career, sharing an apartment with fellow aspiring comedians Andrew Dice Clay and Yakov Smirnoff.
Oh my God, the most annoying apartment in all of Los Angeles. Could you imagine that your roommates are Dice
No.
and Yakov?
Dickory, dickory, dock, you gotta set back the clock. It's daylight savings time.
In Russia, a roommate in Russia, rent pay you. Nope, that's not a good joke. That doesn't work. Rent do not pay you, Yakov.
I'm going to say that Andrew Dice Clay and Yakov Smirnoff pushed Thomas F. Wilson to get so much better just so he could move out and be on his own.
I want a movie about that. I want a sitcom.
To see that too. That would be hilarious.
Oh, good Lord.
Wilson's feature film debut was in Ninja Turf in 1985, also known as L.A. Street Fighter.
Well, that's how I know it.
Yeah.
That's the name we prefer, the LA Street Fighter fans.
The funny thing is I almost included the 15 different names that they used around the world. For some reason, they're all listed in Wikipedia. I don't know why, but some of them are friggin' hilarious.
It was a very popular movie.
Yeah, LA Street Fighter. Shortly after that, he landed the role of Biff Tannen in Back to the Future. He would also play Griff Tannen and Buford Mad Dog Tannen in the sequels.
Yeah, he was a range of giant proportions.
Angry men.
Yes.
Yeah. Wilson has had a long, successful career, despite people thinking he only did the Back to the Future movies, and we'll discuss him more next month during our Back to the Future month.
Oh yeah, he played a lot of coaches. He was made to play coaches.
He is fascinating. He's an interesting guy, and I've heard he's a very, very nice guy.
He seems like a really nice guy. Every interview I've seen with him, and he's great in this. He's a lot of fun in this.
Oh, he's fantastic in this.
And he and Clayton Rohner have a nice little chem.
Yeah, I love that they like when they hop in, they realize they're in the same room, and it was like, well, we're gonna do what we're supposed to do. We're gonna pretend to have sex now.
Yeah, nice.
Deborah Foreman was cast as Muffy and Buffy St. John.
Ew.
Muffy St. John. Foreman was an extremely shy child.
Oh, I could see that.
At 13, her parents enrolled her in the Barbizon School of Modeling to help her overcome her shyness.
The Barbizon School for Modeling. Do you remember those commercials?
No. The name sounds really familiar, but I don't remember.
Back then, there was the Barbizon School for Modeling and Faces International and all of
Faces
these things
International, yeah.
where you would pay money to either have your headshot put into a book that nobody would ever look at, and self-respecting casting director would ever have a copy of Faces International. And then there was the Barbizon School for Modeling, which was basically, like a trade school for models.
Right, yeah.
But we get placement. Oh, yeah. Scam.
Apparently not, because she had a random encounter with a modeling agent that led her to moving to California and modeling for Maybelline.
Yeah, but look at her.
She's the Barbizon success story.
Okay. Yes. There is
the one that made it.
Well, I'm sure there were a lot of beautiful people that were
Sure.
in the school that became models, but it wasn't because of Barbizon.
No.
We're going to teach you how to walk with a book on your head. We're going to teach you how to walk in heels and walk down the catwalk with presence and command.
There you go.
I was a teacher at Barbizon.
Yeah.
Many years.
Okay. 4 weeks after moving to Los Angeles, Foreman had her SAG card after appearing in a McDonald's of England commercial.
There, pip, pip, cheerio, Big Mac.
Yeah, you know how well McDonald's does in England.
Yes, it's the 30-pound burger. Quarter pounder.
Yeah, quarter pound, yeah. This led to her first feature film appearance in I'm Dancing as Fast as I Can in 1982, starring Jill Clayburgh.
Yeah, that was
about a woman that does speed.
Yeah, she has like a breakdown.
She's got bad addiction.
Jill Clayburgh, man. Jill Clayburgh was everywhere and everything for like 5 years.
And then she just fell off the face of the earth.
I bet you, if you asked any, 20 people who Jill Clayburgh was today, they'd be like, I don't know, is she like...
I'm still not really sure who she is.
Well, she was a great actor, and you would know her as soon as you see her. But
Sure.
Jill Clayburgh, she was like the shit back in the day. She was the, Meryl Streep, Jill Clayburgh. She was in that
Right.
that group.
Unfortunately, there can only be one Meryl Streep.
That's right. She made sure of that.
She murdered her.
She was relentless, Meryl Streep. People don't realize just how brutal and relentless Meryl Streep was.
April Fool's Day is actually based on a true story of Meryl Streep inviting Jill Clayburgh out to an island, but she actually murdered her.
She invited a bunch of really promising young actors and then murdered them all. And that was right before she got the job on The Deer Hunter. It was crazy.
Yeah. She would kill them and go, April Fool's Day! And they'd be like gurgling, oh.
Well, back then, that was kind of a get out of jail free. If you killed somebody and then immediately yelled April Fools, then you got away with it.
No judge could sentence you. Did he say April Fool's Day?
Yes.
Case dismissed. You're free. Free to go. After an appearance on Family Ties, she was cast in her first lead role in Valley Girl, starring opposite Nicolas Cage.
Valley Girl. Oh, gag me with the spoon.
I've been a long time since I've seen Valley Girl.
Valley Girl is awesome. It is so awesome. It is such a great treatise on the class system in high school because Nick Cage is like a loser punk quoties.
Yeah.
He and his buddy, and they go to this party, and he meets, Buffy or whatever. I think her name was like Buffy or something in that too.
Yeah.
But she's like, oh my God, gag me with a spoon. Oh, for sure. And that movie ruined people for years. The Valley Speak.
They became the stereotype. That was it.
It was when Moon Unit Zappo was on David Letterman teaching him how to speak Valley Speak that I think it jumped the shark.
Barf. barf. After a small role in Real Genius in 1985, Foreman would appear in 4 other projects along with April Fool's Day. My Chauffeur, starring Howard Hessman, E.G. Marshall, Penn and Teller, and Sam J. Jones as Battle Witherspoon.
Wait, what was this?
My Chauffeur.
Oh, I remember My Chauffeur.
Yeah, the movie's about Deborah Foreman, getting a job as a chauffeur from a limo company, and then having to pick up. It's Sam J. Jones is the son of some rich tycoon guy, but I just love the fact that his name is Battle Witherspoon. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. Apparently, My Chauffeur's not a bad movie.
No.
Yeah.
I remember it.
She was also in 315, starring Adam Baldwin and Renee Auberjonois, about a street gang that was ruling a high school. Yeah.
Okay.
You can tell how good that movie is.
Well, you can't make a gang movie without Renee Auberjonois. Because he was big into gangs before Benson.
He was like a gang whisperer.
He was.
Maggie, she was in Maggie, a TV movie that was supposed to be a backdoor pilot for a show that was never picked up, starring Stephanie Powers, Ava Gardner, and Herb Edelman.
Okay.
She was also in Charlie Barnett's Terms of Enrollment, a straight-to-video comedy special from comedian Charlie Barnett, who appeared as Noogie in Miami Vice.
Noogie!
You remember Noogie?
Nookman, baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the thing. Every script I go down some weird rabbit hole, Charles Barnett was it.
Well, look, the Nookman, he was one of the informants on Miami Vice.
Yeah.
It was
appeared in like a half dozen episodes.
Yeah, Izzy and the Nookman. They were like the two.
Izzy and the Nookman. Yeah.
I think they even there was talk about doing a spin-off with Izzy and the Nookman.
Yeah.
But it never came to fruition. But both those actors are amazing.
So Barnett, this is a total speed bump, but Barnett used to perform live comedy in Washington Square Park. Have you ever been to Washington Square Park? But they had like this fountain area.
Yeah.
And he was the only stand-up comedian or the only person performing that would fill the entire fountain area.
Oh, yeah.
And so he was huge.
Yeah.
Like people would come. He did really raunchy live comedy. And people were like, how can you say these things? And he was huge. He auditioned for SNL in 1980, but was so freaked out about his reading skills that he skipped the follow-up, and they didn't cast him. They cast Eddie Murphy instead.
Oh, my God.
The only reason Eddie Murphy was on SNL was because he didn't make it to that follow-up audition.
That is crazy.
And he regretted it, and he resented Eddie Murphy for years.
I get it, man. It's not Eddie's fault, but I get it.
I know. Sadly, apparently it affected Charlie Barnett a lot because he started abusing heroin, contracted HIV, and died from AIDS in 1996.
I remember when that happened, man. It broke my heart.
Absolutely insane life. The guy looks like he was so funny, and just like one bad move, and it just all went down.
The main thing that T. Arthur and I talk about when we talk about Miami Vice, and we're both super fans, is Izzy and the Nookman.
Yeah.
And because they were such standout characters, and he was so good. And I remember when he passed, and just it devastated me, man.
It's just horrible. Horrible. Man.
Poor guy. I mean, it just shows that like the tiniest choices can make the biggest impact on your life.
Yeah. So Foreman had auditioned for April Fool's Day, apparently didn't go very well. So instead, the production cast Linnea Quigley as Muffy/Buffy St. John, but she had to turn down the role due to scheduling conflicts with The Return of the Living Dead.
Oh.
Yeah, she was the lead.
Oh,
in Return of the Living Dead. So this gave Foreman, who really wanted the part, a chance to re-audition, and this time she blew them away, and she was cast in the part.
Yay! Now, see, there's the opposite of
of Charlie Barnett.
Yeah, she got a second chance.
If you have an opportunity, go do it. It doesn't matter if you think you're good or not. Just do it.
Well, good for her. She's another one, man, that just baffles me that she wasn't a bigger star.
Yeah.
You know?
After April Fool's Day, Foreman became a scream queen, appearing in Waxwork in 1988, starring Zach Galligan and David Warner.
Yeah.
Which is it's fine. Destroyer in 1988, starring Lyle Alzado, Clayton Rohner, and Anthony Perkins.
Ooh.
Another horror slasher movie. She was also in Sundown, The Vampire in Retreat in 1989, starring David Carradine, Bruce Campbell, and Morgan Brittany.
All right, that's a good cast.
Yeah. Her final film was in 1991 with Lunatics, A Love Story, starring Ted Raimi and Bruce Campbell.
Was that a Raimi movie?
No, it was not.
Oh.
I think it was the guy that wrote and directed it, I think he worked with Raimi a lot, like Sam Raimi a lot.
Well, Sam, I mean, if he has his brother and his
and Bruce
number one
Campbell.
star,
Yeah, he was connected. I'm not sure exactly how, but he was definitely connected. She then retired, but has popped up in a few small parts, including the remake of Valley Girl in 2020.
There was a remake of Valley Girl?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
It was
Who?
another one of those. I think it might have gone straight to video. It was part of a stretch of them remaking all this stuff from the 80s.
That's crazy. I have
Yeah.
no and when you're going to tell me later about this, I had no idea about this either.
Yeah. She now has her own Pilates studio, teaches Pilates and yoga, as well as selling her own art and jewelry that she makes.
That's amazing and great for her. But good Christ, how can they remake Valley Girl? It was so of the time. Was it a period piece?
Again, no, I don't think so.
It took place now?
I think so.
But nobody speaks like... It doesn't have any...
Did you think this is why no one knows there was a remake of Valley Girl?
Who's thinking that... I'm so perplexed.
Executives are lazy and think that this is something that was popular. It's going to be popular again.
What if we make Valley Girl again?
But
Is a period piece? Like,
No, what if we make it now?
well, I mean, nobody speaks Valley speak anymore. They just speak normally in the Valley.
So what? We'll just have them speak normally and call it Valley Girl.
Yeah, I mean, that literally is the pitch. That was the pitch.
We don't need a gimmick. The story will stand on its own.
People remember Valley Girl.
Yeah, exactly.
It was popular. Do you remember that? It made money. Do you remember how much money it made?
So is this like her kids or something that were like the Valley Girls now?
No,
or?
she didn't. Her cameo was playing like a shopkeeper.
Oh, well,
Like,
then
it
that's
wasn't
lazy
even-
and dumb.
She was in one scene. Like, it wasn't, yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'm
lazy and dumb is literally Hollywood.
It's true. They should just call it lazy and dumb.
99% of Hollywood is lazy and dumb.
Well, now I have to see what this is. I'm so intrigued. I am so intrigued in how they could make this.
We'll do a double feature with the remake of April Fool's Day.
We have to do a show where we just talk about all these horrible remakes,
Yeah.
watch them, and then
There's a ton
destroy
of
them.
I mean, look, even talk about like Black Christmas. They've remade that like 3 times.
Well, that I get. That makes sense. They remake every horror movie 6
they
times.
were bad.
Yeah. Well, yes. Well,
All of them.
most horror movies aren't that great, and they remake all of them. I mean, I get that. But Valley Girl, I'm still. Okay. Well,
I know.
Why not just remake DC Cab at this point?
They did.
What?
Griffin O'Neal was cast as Skip St. John, Buffy's or Muffy's brother / cousin.
Cousin?
Yeah,
Really brother.
Really brother. Yeah. Technically, I think he was supposed to be a twin, which doesn't make any sense. But
Well, he has the name I was searching for, which is Skip.
Oh,
Buffy
I
and
didn't realize
Skip.
that's what you were asking for.
Well, it was that's one of the
Look,
it's one of the preppy
the St. Johns as parents were shit at naming their kids.
Buffy, Muffy, and Skip.
Yeah, Muffy and Skip. Like the rate of suicide in the St. John family is very high.
The rate of murder.
So Griffin O'Neal is the son of Ryan O'Neal and Joanna Moore, and is the brother of Tatum O'Neal.
Yeah, the O'Neal acting
The
family.
O'Neal acting dynasty. Griffin has had problems with his family since a very young age.
Yeah.
O'Neal and his sister lived with her mother in squalor after her mother's drug use and alcoholism kept her from working in Hollywood.
Way to be on top of that, Dad.
Yeah, he just noped out. As soon as the kids were born, he was like, I'm done. And then
Yeah.
he essentially went and hooked up with Farrah Fawcett.
So
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah. At the age of 9, his mother lost custody of them and they went to live with their father. At the age of 11, Griffin claims that his father gave him cocaine.
Just take some of this cocaine. Get away from me.
Take the cocaine, go sit in front of the TV, and stop bothering me.
Dad. I regret giving you cocaine.
I've made it worse. So, of course, this led to, and I don't know if this is true or not. Griffin claims it. Ryan O'Neal, of course, flatly denied it.
Can't ask him now because he's dead.
I know. So technically he did. We're just going to say he did. This led to him having a lifelong problem with drugs and alcohol, saying,
My life had been a reign of drug and alcohol degradation. I had to self-medicate my entire life because there was pain everywhere. There were drugs everywhere in my family all day, every day.
yeah, this is the messed up thing, is that his mother, Joanna Moore, fell down that rabbit hole hard.
Oh, yeah.
And couldn't get work, and then eventually had to give up her kids.
Yeah.
His father was just as bad. He just happened to be a working alcoholic and a working drug user.
And also, when his daughter won the Academy Award on Paper Moon, and he did not, he resented her.
He's such a
effing
dickbag.
resented her.
The more I learn about Ryan O'Neal, the more I don't like him.
It is so sad because I really liked him as a kid. Like
Yeah.
Talent Crush City,
Yeah.
man. The What's Up Doc with he and
He's just a terrible person.
Barbara Streisand. And,
Yeah.
you know,
I know. He's, yeah.
or not
He did-
What's Up Doc. The movie, the boxing movie with he and
Barbara Streisand.
Barbara Streisand. The Contender or something?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't remember.
That was so much fun. He was just a good, fun, interesting dude.
Yeah. He did not seem like he had these... He acted very well at not having problems.
Paper Moon is an amazing movie, and Tatum O'Neal is absolutely amazing in it.
Yeah.
Playing his...
Yeah.
You know, he's like a Bible salesman, a
Right,
con
right.
man.
Con man,
and
yeah.
she's his partner.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
it was, such an incredible performance that she won an Academy Award, deservedly so.
Right.
But then, resented her. And she also, I believe, got into drug and alcohol problems,
That
too.
would not surprise me. That would not surprise me in the slightest.
She pulled herself out. She had a great career at the end of the 90s, early 2000s. She was on Rescue Me. She was doing a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
Doing great work. I'm not sure where she is now, but it was so great to see her come back after all the shit that she went through with that horrible effing father of hers.
Griffin made his feature film debut in Nickelodeon in 1976, starring Ryan O'Neal, Burt Reynolds, and Tatum O'Neal.
That was a weird movie.
The whole concept of it is odd. It's a period piece, and then it's weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was one of those 70s period piece movies that just weirds me out.
Yeah.
Something about it just seems off.
Yeah, there's a lot of those, like the Valentino one with that Brezhnikov, not Brezhnikov,
Baryshnikov. Yeah.
Brezhnikov. That was the leader of Russia.
The leader of the ballet, Baryshnikov.
Brezhnikov.
Griffin had his first lead role in 1982 in The Escape Artist, co-starring Raul Julia, and written and directed by Caleb Deschanel, father of Zoe and Emily.
All right.
Looking, Nepo babies everywhere.
All Hollywood is Nepo babies, man. There's like 6 people that have snuck through.
You want to say something else, man. I looked up a picture of Caleb Deschanel from like a couple years ago.
Yeah.
The guy was like 79. He looked like he was 50.
Oh, yeah.
It was insane how young he looked.
Because this is the easiest jobs in the world, man. Your old job is just sitting around doing nothing, getting pampered, and then then you have all the money to get all the salves and goos and glops.
I think he had good genes.
Well, they also have that secret med bed thing that
Well, yeah.
cures all their diseases.
Caleb Deschanel was started as a cinematographer. He was nominated for, I think, for 6 Oscars or something. I don't know how many he won. But
That's always a iffy. That's always iffy when cinematographers become directors, because sometimes, like Barry Sonnenfeld or Milos Forman, they're great.
Yeah. The Escape Artist was also the debut film of Harry Anderson, as well as being the final film for Desi Arnaz and Jackie Coogan.
Oh, they're like, that Harry Anderson's magic is too incredible. I'm going to die.
It was a movie about magicians, so of course he was going to be in it.
Was he wearing his hat, his fedora?
Yeah, of course. But did he ever not wear the fedora?
I don't think so.
Anyway, the point is I've not seen The Escape Artist, but I'm very curious.
It's also crazy to me that Harry Anderson literally played himself for his entire career and had like a career until he died, but he was always Harry.
He never acted in anything.
Ever.
It was just him being him.
Yeah.
Like he was literally a con man that made it in Hollywood and convinced everyone that he was an actor.
Pretty much.
And I love him for it.
I do too.
In 1986, along with April Fool's Day, O'Neal was also in The Wraith, starring Charlie Sheen, Sherilyn Fenn, Nick Cassavetes, and Randy Quaid.
Oh, I have a soft spot for that. That's like the dude with the car.
Yeah.
He's like the Wraith. He's Vengeance.
Oh.
I think.
I don't think I've ever seen it. I've never seen it.
Like this kid dies or something and comes back as the Wraith.
Oh.
And he's, I think it might be Sheen that's the Wraith. I just remember it was just one of those movies that kind of grabbed me as a kid.
It's got a huge cult following, so I at some point we'll cover it.
Yeah.
Also in 1986, O'Neal was cast in Gardens of Stone from Francis Ford Coppola. Sadly, shortly before production, O'Neal was involved in a boating accident in Annapolis, Maryland that took the life of film producer Giancarlo Coppola, who was Francis Ford Coppola's son.
Oh my God.
O'Neal, I don't know if you remember any of the story. O'Neal, who was piloting the boat, tried to pass between 2 other boats, unaware that they were connected by a tow line. O'Neal barely had time to duck, but Coppola was struck by the tow line and killed.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm pretty sure he was decapitated. O'Neal was convicted of negligently operating a boat and later received an 18-day jail sentence for not completing community service.
What a dick for not completing community service, but that makes sense because he's a Hollywood child.
Yeah. I mean, look at his dad. Like, that doesn't surprise me.
That is horrible. I do remember that.
I am sure that they were drunk and high, and like both of them were probably just out of their minds.
Just don't be on a boat, man. It never ends well.
No.
It never ends well. No.
O'Neal asked to be removed from the film due to the accident, and Coppola responded by suing O'Neal and 7 others for negligence.
Yeah, good.
Which he won.
Good.
Yeah.
He killed his son. He murdered his son. Not murdered, killed his son.
He didn't spend any time in jail for it.
Well, there was no consequences for rich little kids back then.
That's true. O'Neal's last credit is in 1992 with Soulmates, a pretty terrible-looking horror movie. O'Neal blamed his addictions on his father, saying...
He was a very abusive, narcissistic psychopath. He gets so mad he can't control anything he's doing.
Yeah.
Well, that clocks.
Yeah. In 1983, O'Neal reported to authorities that his father punched out 2 of his front teeth, but he decided not to press charges. O'Neal was arrested multiple times for driving under the influence. He pleaded no contest to a drunk driving charge in 1989. He also pleaded no contest in 1992 to charges that he shot at his estranged girlfriend's unoccupied car.
Good Lord.
In 2007, Ryan O'Neal was arrested for assault after shooting at Griffin during a dispute.
The way that they covered the 90s stuff, right? Mm-hmm. When Griffin was going through this, like People Magazine and these rags and stuff. Yeah. It was just so, poor Ryan. Poor Ryan having to deal with this bad son. Poor Ryan.
No, he hid how much of an asshole he was so well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Which makes me wonder about Farrah Fawcett.
Yeah.
What's going on with her?
After he was arrested, Ryan O'Neal was arrested, the prosecutors decided not to file charges because that's what they do.
Because he was rich and he was a Hollywood dude.
Shortly after, Griffin left Los Angeles to move to a small town near the Mexico border.
Okay.
He later said...
The last time I saw my dad, he shot at me because I was trying to help his son, Redmond, get sober. So I haven't talked to him in 9 years.
Redmond was the son that Ryan O'Neal had with Farrah Fawcett. Ryan O'Neal banned Griffin from attending the funeral services of Fawcett in 2009. Even though I think she acted like a mother.
Yeah.
I
think she was trying to help.
Yes, totally.
And Ryan was a vindictive, awful effing psychopath.
He could not let go of shit.
No.
It was awful.
Well, like any sort of narcissistic sociopath, they can't. They physically can't let things go.
In August 2011, Griffin collided with another car while driving. He was sentenced to 16 months in prison for driving under the influence of drugs in connection with that incident.
How many chances did this kid have? So many.
Well, he's got one more. In January 2012, O'Neal was arrested for domestic battery after he pushed his wife out of the way in an attempt to drink and drive.
Jesus.
Shortly after that, Griffin finally sobered up. The last time that I had seen, he had been sober for the last 15 years.
Great.
He has an upcoming TV project called The Summoning, his first acting gig since 1992.
Well, good for him, man. I mean, look, I feel for him.
Yeah.
Addiction is a disease.
And the fact that he was surrounded by so much more addiction.
And no support.
Yeah.
A system that was antagonistic from the beginning, whether it was his horrible mother or his horrible father. The kid didn't have a chance.
Yeah.
It always astounds me when people can get out of this. Like, it is a heroic move, man. If he's been sober for 15 years, that is an amazing feat.
Yeah.
It is a disease. Addiction is a disease. And people that can not cure themselves of their disease, but they can maintain it and handle
manage
it.
And
manage it.
Yeah.
That's a very heroic thing.
It is.
I don't think we
is.
give credit enough for people. We seem to demonize people for their quote quotes weaknesses.
Yeah.
But we never give
faults.
them credit for their strengths.
Right. Exactly. Amy Steele was cast as Kit Graham.
Oh, Kit.
Steele moved to New York in 1979 to start modeling. Another model in the movie, and appearances in the soap operas Guiding Light and All My Children followed shortly after. She would appear on Guiding Light with Kevin Bacon.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, shortly before he went and did Friday the 13th, which we did a Friday the 13th episode. Listen to that episode to learn more about Kevin Bacon's amazing soap opera skills.
He was good.
He was. Steele made her feature film debut in Fat Chance in 1981 about 2 overweight people who become pen pals but send pictures of skinny people in their stead.
Ooh, catfishing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that she played the skinny girl that eventually ends up meeting the skinny guy that the guy pretends is him. Anyway, it was just the whole concept of the movie sounded awful.
Sounds kind of mean, but hey, back then,
I know.
Mean was in.
I know.
Mean was keen. That was our slogan. Mean is keen.
Yeah. That same year, Steele was also in Friday the 13th Part 2, directed by Steve Miner.
I so remember her in that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. With only 2 day shoots and the rest being overnight shoots, along with physical demands that were expected during the shoot, the production process was grueling enough for Steele to hope that she was never cast in another horror movie again.
After
After Friday the 13th Part 2.
Okay.
Yeah. While shooting April Fool's Day, a producer approached her who voiced concerns that she had gained weight since filming had commenced. Amy's response was,
"Well, you hired this amazing caterer. Whose fault is that?" Well, gross, too, by the way.
I know, it's super gross, but that line right there makes me love Amy Steele so much.
Same.
She's just like, F you, man.
Amy Steele looked like a normal kid.
She looked fine.
Yes.
She looked great.
They all pretty much, except for maybe Ken and to some extent Clayton Roner, they all look like normal kids.
Yeah, but I grew up with people like Clayton Roner. I could see him. That
Sure.
kind of goofy, weird, like, oh, yeah, okay.
But the thing I always liked about Amy Steele is she was very relatable and she always seemed like a regular human being. She had that every person quality that really lends itself to these types of movies. And she's good as the final girl because you root for her.
Yeah, exactly. Steele made most of her career on TV, appearing in
Seven Brides for Seven Brothers, Family Ties, Chips, The A-Team, The Powers of Matthew Starr, For Love and Honor, Scene of the Crime, Stir Crazy, Jake and the Fat Man, Quantum Leap, Father Dowling Mysteries, and China Biatch.
She hasn't appeared in that many movies. She appeared in Walk Like a Man in 1987, starring Howie Mandel, Christopher Lloyd, and Cloris Leachman. Possibly one of the worst comedies ever made.
Well, she was also in the Stir Crazy TV show, which was horrible.
Yeah. Her last feature was in 2014 in Tales of Poe, which I think was just a retelling of Poe Tales.
Johnny Poe?
Yeah, Johnny Poe. Little Johnny Poe.
Little Johnny Poe?
She's only appeared in a couple of Friday the 13th fan films since then. Yeah, it's weird. She keeps popping up in these Friday the 13th fan films.
Good for her. I'm sure she hits the autograph circuit, and hopefully she makes a lot of money.
I'm sure she's definitely out in the con circuit. Ken Olant was cast as Rob Ferris. Olant studied advertising and illustration in college, but while meeting some friends at a restaurant in LA, a talent agent approached him, and within a few months had a test option for the soap opera One Life to Live, an audition for one of the leads in Red Dawn, and an appearance on Matt Houston.
Okay.
From a chance meeting at a restaurant.
Look, that's how it was back then. You could be found.
It just, can you imagine now if a weirdo walked up to you and was like, "You look like you should be in pictures," you would punch them in the face.
Yeah. Well, back then, man, cocaine made people brazen.
It's true.
You could be in the movies. Look at this kid. Let's get him in the movies. Come on. What's your name?
Schneem? Schneem.
Your name is Schneem?
Schneem.
All right, Schneem.
Name is Schneem.
We're going to make you a star, Schneem.
Great. Olant started appearing all over TV, showing up on
Highway to Heaven, Hotel The Fall Guy, a recurring role on Riptide, V, The Love Boat, and The A-Team.
April Fool's Day was his feature film debut. He followed that up with a role in Summer School, playing a stripper that can't stay awake during class.
Very funny in that.
He was great in that.
Yeah.
That's what I remember him most from.
He's also really good in this.
Yeah, he was great in this. Yeah. I mean, it's funny because I think I saw Summer School first.
Yeah.
So when this came on, I was like, oh, it's the guy from Summer School.
Even though it was before.
Yeah, it was like, oh, look, he's actually staying awake. He appeared in Soldier's Fortune in 1991 and Leprechaun in 1992. Fantastic Leprechaun.
Oh, yeah, with
Jennifer Aniston.
Jennifer Aniston, pre-nose job.
We're going to have to cover that at some point.
Yes.
But again, his real bread and butter was TV. In 1990, he appeared in the TV movie Super Force, a backdoor pilot that would be picked up and run for 48 episodes.
Nope, don't remember
This
that.
is so great. The series is about a former astronaut turned cop who uses a highly advanced powered exoskeleton and motorcycle to fight crime in the city of Metroplex during the then future year of 2020.
Gotta see this. Was there a
Super Force?
Was there a pandemic? Wouldn't that be crazy if there was a pandemic?
I don't think there was. I mean, there could be. I don't know. But it ran for 48 episodes.
That's crazy. Look, I think Ken Olant, his problem was that he looked like a mix of Mark Singer and Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
He just had that kind of generic dude look.
But again, he was one of those people where it was like he was just slightly off of what would be the thing that would then make him huge.
As we kept saying, he's like the Temu version of Kevin Bacon.
But he's really good. I mean, he's a very good actor.
It's not his fault that he was so generic.
Exactly.
And so many of these unfortunate actors in this movie are very generic.
Yeah, it's just kind of sad.
Yeah.
And sadly, his career slowed down in the late 90s as he focused on running a production company and international sales agency.
A lot more money in that.
He eventually ended up selling the company to some German company and made a ton of money.
Good for him.
Yeah. He most recently can be seen in The Friendly, a 2024 film about a military medic that is injured, with Olant playing his dad.
Nice. He looks great.
Yeah.
He looks exactly the same. A little grayer, a little wrinklier.
Yeah. Deborah Goodrich was cast as Nikki Brashares.
Ooh, Nikki.
Goodrich started acting in 1980, appearing in Those Lips, Those Eyes, starring Frank Langella.
Gross.
Oh, Lord. She appeared as a dancer, which she minored in college. In 1985, she appeared in Just One of the Guys, starring Joyce Heiser and Clayton Rohner, who we'll talk about here in a second.
Okay.
She appeared in a bunch of TV shows in the 80s and the early 90s. Her final film was in 1982, Out on a Limb, starring Matthew Broderick, Jeffrey Jones, and John C. Reilly.
Oh,
Do
what?
not know this movie existed.
Oh, wait, Out on a Limb? I know this one.
Out on a Limb with
Yeah.
Matthew Broderick. I don't know what it's about.
Oh, God, it was so bad. It was
I
like
think he plays an anthropologist or
something like that. But it was so bad.
Not good.
No.
Absolutely not good.
It was the beginning of the end for Broderick, I think.
Yeah. long, slow death.
Yeah, we had to watch the whole damn thing.
He's gotten better in recent years.
Oh, yeah,
He's
of
gotten
course. No, I'm not saying he was bad. His career got bad.
Goodrich stopped acting in 1982 to dedicate herself to her work as a story editor with Miramax.
Oh.
She had worked with Miramax for a very long time. Her first novel, Finding Mrs. Ford, a literary thriller, was published on June 25th, 2019 by Post Hill Press and distributed by Simon & Schuster.
Hey, Simon & Schuster. Not too shabby.
Yeah, she's got I think now she has a series of books out.
I thought she was a standout in the movie.
Yeah. She played, it's funny because she was very sexual, but like she played it very real. Like it was very interesting.
She owned the sexuality.
Yeah,
she wasn't like a sex pot. She was in control of her sexuality, and she was proud of it. She wasn't using it as a weapon or anything. She just liked to bone.
Was choosing to sleep with you because she was choosing to do it.
Yes.
Not because she felt like she had to or anything. She was like, this is what I want.
Ain't no damsel in distress there.
No.
She was in charge.
No, she went down the well. She was like, oh, you're not gonna do it? Fine, I will.
Well, she also, I don't know what position that she and
Oh my God, that was
were in.
so weird.
It was very uncomfortable and not very sexy.
It was like a Gordian knot. It was just too much.
Do you guys know how to have sex? Have you ever done this before?
Nope.
I don't know what's in what. Something's in something.
It's my belly button.
I don't know. It's uncomfortable. Ow, 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 ow.
Leah Pinsent was cast as Nan Youngblood, the very prim and proper poor girl who had an abortion and had a baby crying in her closet.
Why did anybody invite her? She was just such a downer. Whatever.
Friends.
I'm going to bring my homework. I'm going to bring my homework on vacation and then I'm going to do my homework outside and then get really pissy when people are actually outside having fun. How dare you play football on our vacation? I'm trying to do my English work.
Pinsent is the daughter of famous Canadian actor Gordon Pinsent.
Oh, yeah, eh?
Yeah, hey.
Look.
He's very well known.
Yeah, I do a lot of Canadian Shakespeare, eh? You know, to be or not to be, eh?
He's one of those, he started as an actor and now he's like a writer, director, producer.
Yeah.
Like he's been doing a ton of stuff.
Oh, yeah. No, I write a lot of things for Canada. And, it's not like she's a Nepo baby because it's not in Canada. She's, in the United States.
Yeah.
So don't call her a Nepo baby. Over here, we call them loonies.
The only thing that I recognized from his list was the Red Green Show. but only because it made it big over here. Her feature film debut was The Bay Boy, notable as being Kiefer Sutherland's first film.
The Bay Boy.
The Bay Boy.
Not the Baby, but the Bay Boy.
And not the Boy, but the Bay Boy.
I'm a Bay Boy.
She has mostly appeared on Canadian TV, most notably Made in Canada for 65 episodes starting in 1998. She most recently can be seen in Murdoch Mysteries, guest starring in 3 episodes in 3 different roles.
Yeah, is that Canadian, eh?
Yeah, it is Canadian. It's about a guy. It's set in the 1890s. It actually looks really interesting.
Nice.
About him using the new technology in the 1890s to solve murders.
Okay, look, somebody got murdered here, so we're going to figure this out, eh? Okay, so, whoa. I spilled some of my flour on the surface here, and, oh, wait. I can. Are those fingerprints? Whoa! Get me some back bacon. I'm getting hungry.
Jay Baker.
You want to just play a clip of it?
Yeah, sure. Jay Baker was cast as Harvey Edison Jr. Baker started in musical theater, made his feature film debut in Toy Soldiers in 1984, starring Jason Miller, Cleavon Little, and Tim Robbins. Baker was the last person cast in April Fool's Day, as they had a hard time finding someone to fill the role.
Well, it was a very demanding role.
Yeah. He was brought up to film the day he started shooting, lending to his character being an outsider in the film. After April Fool's Day, he appeared in Shag in 1989, starring Phoebe Cates, Scott Coffey, Bridget Fonda, and Annabeth Gish.
Yeah, that was like a period piece.
It's like a summer sex comedy. Like, yeah.
But the Shag, I think, was a dance and not like
it was something.
shagging.
Yes, it was something about a dance. Yeah. Baker made some television appearances through the 80s and 90s, but could never really hit it big.
Well, who was he in this?
Harvey. He was the like dude that was smoking the cigar and blew up in his face.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Because the picture that they have of him is not him.
No. That's, again, you're going on Google, which Google's wrong all the time.
Well, he is another guy who looked like 8 different other actors exactly like him.
Yeah.
He
was interchangeable. He was generic. That's why he didn't have a career.
I will give him this, though. That MFer smoked a cigar like a dude who smokes a cigar. Like, he knew how to smoke. I hate when people smoke and they have no idea what they're doing. Either cigarettes or cigars, but that guy, he knows his way around a cigar.
Yeah. In 2001, Baker moved back to his native Tennessee and began focusing his talents on production and hosting of DIY-themed television programs.
Cool.
Of which he's done like a couple dozen now. Like, he's made a very good career out of doing the DIY-themed television shows.
Well, awesome. I like people helping other people.
Yeah. Clayton Rohner was cast as Chaz Fashinsky.
Oh, yeah, old Chaz Fashinsky.
Rohner made his feature film debut in Just One of the Guys in 1985, where he uttered the line,
"Yeah, and I'm Cyndi Lauper."
It's so stupid. I love it. Along with April Fool's Day in 1986, Rohner also appeared in Modern Girls, starring Virginia Madsen, Daphne Zuniga, and Cynthia Gibb.
We talked about that before.
We have. Except for his role in Bat 21 in 1988, Rohner's feature films were very B and C grade, culminating in a role in the Human Centipede 3 final sequence in 2015.
No!
Yep. He was number 423 in the line of Centipede.
Nobody likes to be that. Well, if you're that far back, it's going to take a while to get to you.
That's true. Rohner had more success on TV, appearing in 18 episodes of Murder One in the early 90s, 22 episodes of G vs. E, which apparently was a USA Network show.
Okay.
5 episodes of Daybreak, and a ton of guest stars who will be seen in the upcoming film East of Western.
He looks great. He's just got a really great older guy look.
He
beard
aged
and stuff.
very well.
Yes.
Looks very good.
Bat 21, great movie.
Great movie. Yeah.
He's another guy that I was really... He is a little bit generic, and he does kind of have that look, but he was always interesting.
Yeah.
And he had a very interesting look, and I really liked him in Just One of the Guys. I really liked him in this.
He was great in this, yeah.
Every time he showed up, it was always fun to see him, and I'm glad that he's still working.
Yeah. Production was going to shoot at Martha's Vineyard, and that didn't work out, so then they tried Seattle, and that didn't work out either, before finally settling on Vancouver Island in Canada.
Yeah, Canada.
Yeah.
Hey, so, Leia Pinsett was like, hey, look, I'll show you all around, eh?
Yeah.
Come to my dad's maple farm.
Yeah. The cast assembled at a hotel in Vancouver just prior to filming and began hanging out to build a rapport and hone their characters to make it more believable they were actually all friends.
Failed. I'm just kidding.
The weird thing is that all of them are in their 30s at this time, except for the Pinsett girl who was like 22.
Great. Well, they all look like they're in their 30s.
Yeah. The interior of the well scene was shot in a tank on an LA soundstage at the end of production. The water was dyed to look murky, and crew members discarded their cigarettes right into the tank.
Gross.
Because she had to go into it, so like how... Anyway, Deborah...
Let's throw cigarettes in there. We'll make
yeah.
it hard for that bitch. It's the 90s. It's the 80s.
Deborah Goodrich spent so much time submerged in the nasty water that she left the set with an ear infection.
Gross.
So good of them to throw their cigarettes in it.
What a bunch of a-holes, man.
Yeah. A novelization was written by Jeff Rovin and was published by Pocket Books in 1986.
So good. It was akin to like a Poe book.
Yeah. Rovin embellished in a few instances, but generally it's very faithful to both the movie and Danilo Bach's screenplay. The book was the first big tip-off for fans that the entire third act of the film had been removed.
Yeah, we all read the book before the movie because we couldn't wait, so we spoiled it.
Later, photos from the lengthy deleted sequence surfaced on back covers of various home video editions. The third act involved Skip and Muffy playing long prank on another character before Skip actually kills Muffy to get the full inheritance.
All right.
Paramount liked the ending with the party scene, though, but producer Mancuso Jr. needed to have one more scare, so they shot the scene with Nan pretending to kill Muffy months later in Los Angeles, which explains why they have completely different hair, and apparently Muffy forgot how to act.
I 100% did not know that was months later. I thought that was the same night.
No. Well, I mean, they shot it months later. Yeah. It was supposed to be after the party.
Oh, okay. So was it the same? It wasn't like months
It was just
later
they shot it months, like 3 or 4 months later.
Yeah, because I was like, wait a minute, who is that?
No.
Didn't even look like her.
Yeah. It was weird. The film earned $3.4 million during its opening weekend in the United States and eventually grossed $13 million domestically against a $5 million budget.
Not too shabby.
Though a commercial success, director Walton reflected,
The tragedy, I think, or the great disappointment, was that Paramount didn't know how to release it, other than as a typical slasher picture. So most audiences came in expecting to see something that they weren't going to see.
I feel like that really sums up this entire movie.
Yeah, 100%.
It is always marketed as a slasher movie. I mean, even the artwork, which is phenomenal, with the long braid as the noose and then her with the knife behind her back.
Yeah.
It looks like a slasher movie. And it's really not. I mean, it's just not.
No, it's a goof.
Yeah.
It's not a spoof at all.
No.
But it is definitely a horror comedy.
Yeah. The reviews for the film were mixed. Paul Addonazio of the Washington Post wrote,
The suspense sequences are stylishly managed, and Walton has attractively cast the movie with a number of natural, if unexciting, actors. There is a suburban princess, and a jock, and a junior achievement type, and so forth, none of which qualifies Bach for Screenwriter of the Year, but it's remarkable how effective even these elementary efforts of characterization are in the context of the film.
yeah, so essentially he's saying that they're generic characters, but it works.
Yeah, okay. It was very convoluted.
Yeah.
I hate when writers like to read their own writing.
Well, he had to get at least 500 words in. Yeah. Joe Baltake of the Escondido Times Advocate panned the film based on its sexual content, comparing it to the Friday the 13th series, adding that
None of the mayhem keeps the characters from putting the make on one another or even stopping to have sex. Some of the screams in the night here could either imply brutality or sexuality. April Fool's Day is a film that confuses the two.
I want to point out that during this movie, once people start dying, no one's having sex.
No, and as somebody who grew up in Escondido,
I know.
I'm denouncing him.
No, this is why I included it. We've never gotten a
Joe
quote from
Bukaki or whatever his name is.
Joe Baltake. Or Baltaki. Joe Bukaki.
He's go F yourself, Joe.
I just love the fact that this came out while you were in Escondido.
Yes, I bet you I read his review.
I bet you did.
Because we did get the Times Advocate.
And I think even at that time you were calling him Joe Bukaki.
I was. I didn't know what it meant, but I knew it'd be funny in the future.
Due to there being almost no on-screen violence, the movie aired on late-night TV a lot, giving the film cult status.
There's really nothing. There's no nudity. There's no
Almost all the violence happens off-screen.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no nudity. There's no...
I don't really know why it was R.
I don't know.
So situation.
Maybe it said the F word once or twice.
Maybe.
Probably. A straight-to-DVD remake was released in March 2008.
Yeah, that blew my mind when you told me that. That blew my mind.
You need to look it up because the poster for it, you want to talk about generic actors.
Really?
Jesus, they are even more so.
Oh, my God.
It's creepy. Though it retains the original concept, the story and characters are radically altered in an effort to make it more contemporary. It was directed by the Butcher Brothers and was totally panned.
Who the F are the Butcher Brothers?
It's two guys that are unrelated. They make horror movies.
Okay.
It's just bad. During a 30th anniversary reunion screening/panel, Deborah Goodrich revealed that she was sent a script for an unproduced sequel several years after the film's release, though she was sketchy on the details and couldn't recall the names of the two writers.
No, I don't know if I believe her.
The story found Chaz and Nikki, who had gotten married, buying a closed-down porno theater on 42nd Street in New York City that they planned to turn into a bed and breakfast, but when one of Chaz's college-aged relatives arrived for a visit, the games began again. It will never be made. There will never be a sequel to this. And there shouldn't be. It was good what it is, and honestly, the remake never should have got made either.
Well, nobody was asking for it. This, you're right. This is a nice little chunk of cinema history. It's a horror comedy that
a lot of people have forgotten, but there hasn't been anything like it. There wasn't anything like it really before.
No.
And there really hasn't been anything successfully like it afterwards. Like Scream seemed to kind of balance between the two of comedy and horror, but it was, it was basically, Scream was basically this movie, but if Muffy was truly a sociopath.
Right, and if they were all acutely aware of horror.
Yes.
And like that's the big thing with Scream is the whole meta aspect of it. But like it is definitely got some comedy to it, but the comedy is making fun of the horror movies. And this to me proves that like the twist ending works. Mm-hmm. I mean, like it's like, oh, a horror movie with a twist ending.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the first. I mean, I don't remember when like Sleepaway Camp came out, which I want to say I think it was around the same time.
Right.
But like, the big twist ending was a thing for a while in horror movies.
Well, look, honestly, the big twist ending thing started with Psycho.
Yeah.
With finding out that he's the mother.
That's true.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
But I think that's what everybody kind of aped after that. Sleepaway Camp was very much, because, that was the trans, woman revealing themselves. And I mean,
and technically Friday the 13th, the first movie, you think that it's this kid that's come back, and it's not. It's the mom. Spoilers. It's the mom.
I'm doing it for my son.
But so I mean, you're right. I mean, there's been a long history of twist ending, like Psycho. It's funny because I don't even think of Psycho as a twist ending. Like it's so ingrained in my psyche that it's just like, yeah. But it was. I mean, at the time, like nobody saw that coming.
I remember. I believe I did see this in the theater, and I remember when she opens the door and everybody's sitting in there, just being themselves.
Yeah, ignoring her completely.
I'm like, what the F is going on? And then the whole thing, even back then, I'm like, this is the meanest prank I've ever seen in my life. And these people are not going to come out of this unscathed. poor Kit and Rob are going to be having...
Rob, I'm telling you, man, if Rob didn't become a serial killer after this, I'd be shocked.
Rob suffered from a lot of PTSD.
And the fact that the director was like, just keep screaming. Like, he couldn't get out of that closet. Like, he didn't know what to do. Like, it was so anxiety-inducing.
But it was such a perfect reaction from him, too. I mean, what else? It's just, he was so completely gobsmacked. I mean,
he thought his girlfriend was being murdered.
And then the guy comes up, and he's still... First of all, how many days did this guy keep this gross thing on his face, or did he put it on again?
Yeah, I know. I'm sure he put it on again.
And again, really quick makeup work from being in the water to be able to put that on you. I don't remember Spirit Gum being waterproof, but nitpicky. But it's just, the torture that they did. And Kit... super bad, but Rob in the closet is the worst.
Yeah. Oh, and the funny thing is that this is something that the novel did that the movie kind of implied, but there's a scene where, because it was Harvey and Rob show up late to the ferry.
Right.
And they come pulling up in the car, and then later, while they're on the ferry, Rob zips up his fly. The implication being, and they talk about this in the novel, is that he was cheating on his girlfriend with somebody else, which is why they were late.
Ooh.
But then as soon as he's in that closet and like he thinks she's dying, it's like, well, I'm never doing that again.
Learned his lesson.
Yeah.
Well, then it makes sense.
I mean, but they didn't include that, and it would have been nice, but like,
I think it would have been too much.
It would have been a lot.
We don't need... That's the thing, is when you start adding too many things...
But now, with him zipping up his fly, it was like Harvey was giving him a handy in the car on the way in.
That's what I think was happening. I think he...
This is why we asked the guy that nobody knows to come hang out with us.
Yeah, he's on the DL.
He's got some soft, pouty lips.
Oh, man. If you haven't seen this movie, or you haven't seen it in a long time, watch it again.
It's very good. It's very fun. It really sticks with you. You have to be patient with it. I mean, it is not like horror movies of today.
No, but it's also so unique. There's nothing really like it.
Yeah.
In the horror oeuvre that is successful like this.
Yeah.
And I think this movie is successful. I think April Fool's Day earns its ending. Mm-hmm. And watching it again, it's been a long time since I've seen it. I really enjoyed it. And now that I'm starting to reacclimate myself with 80s, 90s pacing, I'm going to enjoy it even more.
Yeah. My absolute favorite thing about this movie, and this is what I took from the first time seeing it, is that I love the fact that it's a horror movie with a slasher where literally no one dies.
Yeah.
like they were able to get away with doing horrible things, and then it's like, nope, April Fool's Day.
Yeah.
Nobody died. It's a happy ending.
It's a lot of work. Look, I'm going to have to give it to Muffy. As a rich little brat, she put in a lot of work for this bed and breakfast.
She did.
She really wants to make it happen.
I just want to know if she's going to be there every time. Like, is she going to be the weird twins?
Well, no, you're going to have to. Well, you've got Lloyd Barry as the ferryman. I'm like acting now. So he's in.
I know. How did I do?
It was a pretty good job. And you got Buck and, all these guys. And Tom Heaton is Constable Porter.
Yeah.
So they'll help out on the thing. And then she should just hire her friends to.
I mean, if I knew that this was a thing, I would totally get like 8 friends together and go do this.
I'm sure there is.
It would be amazing.
There has to be.
I mean, there has to be something similar.
Yes.
I've been to enough murder mystery dinner parties that it's like, it's fun.
Yeah.
I think it's fun.
Okay. I hate those. I hate having to go somewhere where you have to work at.
Guess what we're going to do? We're going to do a project for fun.
Yeah.
This is organized fun, everyone. Come on.
This is the same. This is why I love escape rooms and stuff.
Well, okay, escape room, sure. You're going to a place that does that. It's like going to a restaurant.
Yeah.
Like if I'm going to an Italian restaurant, I know I'm getting Italian food. If I'm going to an escape room, I know I'm doing an escape room. If I'm going to a dinner party and all of a sudden they're like, guess what we're doing?
Everybody knows it's a murder mystery. And if it was a surprise like this, I'd be pissed.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. Is I don't like.
I think I think that she did it. Obviously, it was successful. She was very happy about it.
Oh yeah.
And it worked. And she's gonna get all the money from her rich parents, or grandfather, or uncle, or whatever the hell it was.
Her dad died, didn't he?
Maybe.
And they left her the place.
I think it was her grandfather's place. But I could be
maybe.
wrong. I don't know.
But anyway,
it's not like we just watched the movie yesterday, Jim.
She has the best friends, man.
Oh, yeah.
Because anybody else, they were all just like, yeah, it was fun. Good one. Good times.
They're just in on it as soon as. Can you imagine having to have that conversation after you pretend to murder somebody?
Yeah.
Having that 7 times. Of
Right. And then
so you got to be in on it.
Right. And then they're so calm at the end that they're just reading magazines and stuff.
Whatever. We're hanging out.
Just hang out like nothing happened. I know you're freaked out. I know you crapped your pants.
Yeah,
just sit in your crap for one more minute.
This is the problem, is that what if they had managed to get a hold of an actual weapon?
Yeah.
Like, what, I was waiting for the big twist ending to be that Muffy was all joke and then she dies.
Well, yeah. I mean, and rightly so. Oh, man.
Anyway, all right. Well, that's all I got. We'll be back next week with perhaps my favorite horror comedy of all time.
The Burbs.
Oh, my God. I'm so excited to watch this again.
Yeah, the Corey Feldman vehicle that...
Sure. Corey Feldman. The Burbs starring Corey Feldman.
Yeah, well, I believe it's Corey Feldman is the Burbs.
Is the Burbs.
That was the title, the original title.
Corey Feldman is in this movie as much as I want Corey Feldman in any movie, which is just enough.
100% of the movie?
Just enough.
It'll be fun. I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
Good. It's so good. I'm so excited about it.
I just murdered your girlfriend. I stabbed her in the face. April Fools.
Shut up.
Take yourself back to 1988.
Ooh.
March 8th, the Japanese Suisui probe flies by Halley's Comet.
88 or 86?
Oh, sorry. Did I say 88?
Yeah.
Because you said 88 at the beginning. All right. Take yourself back to 1986. Bach's real claim to fame is that in the late 20s, Paramount executive Don Simpson asked him... Sorry, late 20s? Jesus, I don't know, man.
Years.
It was you reading it wrong at the beginning. It threw me off.
Apparently.
God.
The Roaring 20s?
Yeah, he's old. He's really old.
She was in control of her sexuality. There's a suburban princess and a there is a suburban
And a jacka.
jack of all trades. We now return you to your regularly scheduled programming. Fantasy Island, already in progress.